this video is going to be all a little bit backwards. I started last night on disassembling this GAZ-69 that we have here at the house. I don't know if you can see it. It's there. It's been abandoned here for years. It's probably not ran in 10 years. So last night I started to take it to bits, and it doesn't look, right now it doesn't look too bad, right? It had a boat inside it and all the spiders and cobwebs in the world. So we've lifted all of the crap out of the inside of it, tidied it up. And last night I took the water pump off, the carburetor off, the fuel pump off. It has some kind of dodgy electric water pump on it. So I've now repaired the original water pump, unseized it, got it turning. I've just put the hose in it and flushed out all of the radiator and the block. So there isn't a ton of flow out the bottom hose here, so maybe the bottom radiator hose, the radiator's a bit blocked inside, but the carb's all cleaned, the petrol pump is cleaned, and the water pump is unseized. And I got a load of assorted bits here. I got all of these silicone hoses and clamps and some bits and bobs to put back, to put the car all back together. So this afternoon I'm going to try and see how much of it we can get back together. I'm waiting for a new ignition barrel. I got one from Amazon. It should be here tomorrow, just so I can stick a key in it because we don't have any keys for it. And then hopefully we get it fired up. I'm going to get another inline fuel filter tomorrow as well. I don't want to drop the tank and stuff. There's so much sediment inside the fuel system. I imagine that the tank is rusted and full of shit. So I'm going to put in maybe a couple of inline fuel filters in it and just try and see if they can save it. Cause I'm just trying to get it started just for something to do. I'm not really going to turn this into like a road car or anything. It's been lying here and I'm thinking we should start that up and see if it works. It's not our car, it's a friend of my girlfriend's, and like I say, it's been parked up for about 10 years. So now, just as the rain starts, I'll put the carb back on. I've got enough hoses, I think, to make something up. Like I say, I can bypass that electric water pump now because there's no need to have an electric water pump when it's got a perfectly good mechanical one. So I'll bypass that. I'll get the water pump back on, the carb back on, the petrol pump back on, and start trying to make up some kind of hose arrangement so that we have a way to rotate all the water around. I've got a belt coming for it tomorrow, a V-belt, and then I'll probably just stick a petrol can straight onto the pump. Actually, I'll probably stick a petrol line straight from a can straight onto the petrol pump, so as to not pull a load of manky petrol straight through what we've just done. But it's really good. It's August and it's just started raining, so that's fun. So we'll try and take this water pump to bits today and see if we can loosen that off. This is the mechanical fuel pump. I opened it up yesterday in the farm and took it to bits just to have a look and see what was inside it. It's a really nice little design. This is like the kind of thing you find on old tractors. Old mechanical fuel pump. It has this, we call this a sediment trap here, but it was so full of, you can see here how white it was. I opened it up inside yesterday and it was so full of sediment inside. It was fucking crazy how disgustingly dirty it was. So I took it to bits yesterday and cleaned it out. But I've brought it back to here so we can put it in the parts washer and give it a really good cleaning, because yesterday I'd just taken out all of the the chunks out of it, I mean like chunks, it was almost like, you can see where I've been scraping it there, but the inside of here was almost full solid of sediment, hard, like almost like calcified sediment. So you can see when we're scraping it off here, it was full of, oh no, stop following me. It was full of like this white, dusty sediment. So we got that cleaned out. I'm going to totally take this to bits today, clean it out. Super simple design. Pump here, diaphragm. I presume this is for priming. A little priming handle here. Nice, really nice, simple little design. The fuel hose was cut there. Look here, you can see all of this schmutz inside here. The whole fuel system was full of this. So look here, we can see here. This is what's coming out of the fuel system. The whole system was full of like this, like, so it's a mix of rust and sediment. So we'll clean that out today. I pulled the carb off. I need to go and get some carb cleaner, no doubt, inside here. We shall see. It doesn't look too bad. It's very black in the intake. So we'll take this to bits today, clean it all. I need to go and get some carb cleaner just now and look for some new hoses and work out what we're going to do. It's got an aftermarket water pump on it, an electric water pump, which we don't need to come. If I can't get this one unseized, I'll just buy a new water pump. I have split the water pump now. I've got the shaft out and the impeller out. Everything looks okay, it's not too rusty. It was just seized. There was a load of crud. What am I doing? There's a load of crud inside it. So we've got all that tidied out. The little bearing here was frozen, but I have managed to free it off. It's turning now. So that's nice. We're not going to have to buy a new water pump. I will just get this all cleaned up better and get it put back together. This is all in still in nice condition. This little bronze bush and things here looks okay. So we get that back together. No need to buy a new one. The fan is okay. The pulley, everything's okay. I think this was a pretty new water pump when it might have been put on, and then it's just been abandoned because it doesn't look, it's not super corroded inside. So that's nice. I need to go and buy some carb cleaner now, and that's a real result, not having to buy any pieces. But it's a nice, really simple car to work on. Just easy. The car comes apart really easily. I was really surprised last night. You know, I don't think this car has like not been apart since like the 60s or something, or who knows when it was made. They've been built the same forever. But all the screws, all the bolts, everything came out pretty nice and easy. Water pump came off, carburetor came off. It's just the cruddiness inside the radiator that's going to be the issue. I do have a good radiator shop here that I can take the radiator to and get them to fix it if it's instead of trying to find a new one. But yeah, now that everything's apart, with the carb's not apart, but the fuel pump and water pump's apart, I'm going to go and get some products and clean them all up, and then we should have we should be able to get them back on this afternoon probably. I need to go and buy some hose, so I've got a longer hose. Oh, I found a bag of silicone hoses. I don't know what colour they're of. maybe a BMW or something. Maybe a Golf. No, I don't think they're off a Golf. They're off something. So these fit nicely. So we're going to have a sports and performance GAZ, max power GAZ. So this is, I presume that this pipe here is for a block heater. There's lots of hoses on, there's lots of connections into the cooling system, which I presume are for block heaters or pumping hot water or something around to unfreeze engine blocks. I'm guessing that's what they look like, and there's lots of taps and stuff for draining coolant everywhere all over the engine. So I'm guessing that's for cold weather stuff. So I've made a little bung already for this one. This has been, the electric water pump that's there has been teed off onto here. So I've made a little bung for this one. So then we can start to run back off of the water pump, the belt-driven water pump instead of the electric water pump. And I believe that these hoses here, I should have enough of these and to reconnect it properly. So that's nice. Yeah, nice little bit of progress this morning. Off to the shops. So we've got this water pump apart off of the GAZ, and it is rusty and gritty. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's disgusting inside there. The bearings are pretty tight. We might be able to clean them, but I don't think so. This one doesn't look too bad, but if you have one of these, who's going to have one of these? But if you have one of these, you can knock the bearings out of the middle of this water pump in the shaft. Like I said, the impeller looks good, and I was just going to clean it and put it back together, but when I started trying to put this in, the bearings came out, so I will try and look for some. I'll try and clean these now, and then if not, I will get some new bearings tomorrow. There's no markings on them or nothing. I'll try and get some bearings tomorrow. The carburetor, I did take all of the screws out and clean absolutely everything out of the carburetor, so it is spotless now. There was quite a lot of dust and schmutz inside it, and now this water pump, but I'm liking the effect of getting all of these. There's a bush in the middle as well here, so it goes like this inside the water pump. 2 bearings and a bush. It's got an oiling grease nipple on it as well, but it doesn't look like there's ever been any grease in it. So we'll get this tidied out now. We'll either get new bearings or we'll press these bearings back in. I don't know if we'll put them on the shaft and press the shaft and everything all in together, or we'll do it. I think that might be the easier way to keep everything straight. Might be to press it all onto here first and then press this in. Maybe. We shall see. But we're getting it, it's all cleaned out now anyway, but it was a real mess. I take it that one goes on top. That one's the top one. So these are sealed, so that's the bottom one. Yeah, so we will take this apart. We'll clean all this up now and get it put back in together, and then hopefully this water pump is good to go back to reuse. We've been taking this carb to bits. You saw in the video there all of the schmutz, lots and lots and lots of this sandy sediment. Lots in the carburetor also. So ran when parked. So just brush and clean. I don't have an ultrasonic cleaner here, so we're going to just have to clean it all out by hand. I don't want to really take it all to bits because I've no book and no manual and no real way of knowing how to set it back up if I take it totally to bits. So we shall just clean it first of all and then get it back together. It's 4 bolts to take it off the car, it's not difficult. So we'll take it to bits, we'll just carb clean it all through all the passages, get it all blown out. I would imagine, hopefully everything that was evaporated in it was evaporated in this bowl here and not so much inside other bits of the carb. Maybe I'm really going to regret not taking it to bits totally, but how am I going to know? I can't go. I just, being a responsible person, I would happily take it to bits, but I know if I take it all completely to bits, I'm really going to struggle getting it all back together. There's quite a few spiders coming out of the middle of it, which is quite funny. So, okay, so that's like some kind of a second, I don't know. That seems okay. Some strange bits to it, but all you can do is just take it to bits, I suppose. I guess that's the cut off there. That must be the engine stop. I think that's the engine stop. I think I'll take that off as well and get in, clean out there. Any bits I can unbolt, I'm going to unbolt. But I really just don't want to start undoing. Should I just do it? Should I just count how many times I unscrew everything and screw it all back in the same number? Would that be the best way to do it? Probably. Let's see. We'll keep cleaning it, and then as I get all of the schmutz out of it, I will decide whether or not to start taking everything off of it. But I'd really just like to get the car running before I try and get it running perfectly. So maybe just a light cleaning first of all, because there's a lot more things to worry about than how it's running. Just, is it running? I've got to sort out the water system first, really, before anything else. But yeah, interesting. Hefty unit. We're back after a slight interlude for the rain. This is the water pump. As you can see, it's now very unseized. It's as smooth as it's going to be, but so that's good. We'll try and get this fired on. I ran a load of water through it. It's clear enough, so that'll do it. I've already installed the what do you call it? I have already installed the fuel pump. That's back on. We'll get this water pump on, then we'll get the carb on, and then we will look at how we're going to get all the lines on. I think actually we'll put this water pump on and then look at how we're going to do the water lines, the water hoses. Would be a better idea. The water pump is now on and in. Flip around here and we can see we have a nice, that was so seized yesterday. That's nicely done. I've got some security here. He's not interested in being on the camera. So Now I'm just going to work out how to make up some lines. I think I might get a little fuel line on there before I close this, so there's more space. No, I think I'll go the other way around. Just stick the carburetor back on so that it's done, and then all the big pieces are on, and then we're not going to lose anything. Right. Also, always another good point, don't lose anything. So we get a carb on, which I have here. I put some tape on it. Get this tape off. Okay. So this carburetor went obviously this way, no other way, because the one stud stayed stuck in it. Some washers here, 2 washers. The meatloaf say 2 out of 3 ain't bad. We're going meatloaf rules today on the washers. Meatloaf rules. This car isn't going to win any prizes for originality, but it's going to work much better than the dog's breakfast that was on it before. So these hoses have come out pretty sweet. I've got this new hose made up to go to there, to the fuel line. This one's in. This one is going to be perfect here. So this is to here. I'm going to cut this end off here. So it worked tomorrow. And then that hose is going to be perfect on there. It's like it's made for it, almost. I could recommend you as to what silicone hose kit this is, but I have no idea. And if you actually look at the mess of, this is the hoses I took out yesterday. This is what was going to that electric water pump. Alright, we're at hose to hose to hose to hose to this thing. So, and this, all this was for the electric water pump. So I think what we've got is going to make a nice change. This is the car here. The body is rough, very rusty. The chassis legs and stuff don't look too bad, but it's definitely not had the most pampered life. Excuse all the crap in it. I just got a compressor and things there. Ignition is out of it. I'll put ignition in it tomorrow. Hopefully it comes. The roof's a bit tatty. I put it up the other day. I've got a battery for it. Some coolant. I had these hoses. These were far too heavy, but this worked out perfectly with the silicone hoses. That's going to be pretty sweet. So now we're all shouldn't be leaking any water. We should have fuel. I'm just going to run this line into a can, stick a little can in here and stick that, or sign up there somewhere, stick that into a can before we get into the fuel tank to see how good this is, because I think the fuel tank's going to be a disaster. But this side of the fuel system and the engine, radiator, water pump, carburetor, everything cleaned. So battery, ignition, turn the key, and it should go. Well, that's optimistic. I haven't been into the distributor or anything yet, but let's get a battery on it and see if there's any power or anything. Let's just get it all watertight. I keep forgetting to bring something to remove the plugs. So I will bring, tomorrow I need to bring something to remove the spark plugs also, and a battery, and try and turn it over tomorrow. Ojalá. Hopefully it'll start. Let's see.